Do you remember the summer of 2022? Business activities picked up after COVID-19 pandemic. It was also extremely hot with 200 days of heat waves. All this increased the demand for electricity, but the supplies weren't enough. This led to serious power outages in several states. Weathermen are predicting that this summer could be unusually warm too. This means that India's electricity demand will increase once again. Are we prepared to handle this? Or will there be a repeat of power cuts? India's energy needs are growing while the supply is only playing catch up. This year, single day peak power demand is expected to touch 230 gigawatts. This is 6% higher than last year's. India's peak power demand increased by over 6% in FY22 and it is set to grow again in FY23. In April, power demand is estimated to grow by 30 to 40 gigawatts compared to last year. But the power deficit is at 4%. This is the highest since 2015-16. India's power consumption surged 10% between April and February last year. So, what is the government doing to avoid a repeat of last year's energy crisis? Well, it is pushing power generation companies to increase supply. For this to happen, power generation firms would need more coal. So the government is asking Coal India to step up productions. In an exclusive interview to Businessline, Coal Secretary A.L. Meena said the following. They have prepared mine-specific action plans, made arrangements for overburden removal, coal extraction and transportation. So far, the government's effort may have paid off. The total power generation increased by 10%. This is the highest in a decade. But we may still face a year with power deficit. We rely on many sources to generate electricity, and coal is number one. Experts believe that the over-dependence on coal and the depleting supplies at thermal power plants resulted in the crisis last year. Charit Konda, energy analyst with the Institute of Energy Economics and Financial Analysis, talks about the over-dependence on coal.
We are over dependent on coal, as you say it. So if you take among the top 5 largest electricity producing countries in the world, that is China, United States, India, Russia and Japan. India is the most dependent on the coal-based power. We are missing two important sources of energy in the in the electricity mix. That is a large chunk of from natural gas as well as nuclear power. So, having said that, because of this, we tend to depend more on coal, which is available domestically.
When the electricity demand is expected to rise at the fastest pace in nearly 4 decades, the readiness to meet the demand is lower. So, what can we do?
So, the key is to have a mix of energy sources with a major share contribution from clean energy capacities. This will prepare India for the future.